welcome everyone. This. My name is Dhiyazan Al Awaisi. I'm a senior cyber defense analyst in Vodafone Oman. Just to give you a bit of a background about myself, I have more than 5 years of experience in cybersecurity. I worked in cyber consultancy before joining Vodafone. So I worked it all. The blue teaming, the red teaming, the business side of all of things, right? Today we're going to discuss, at least I'm going to be presenting Unleashing Your Skills in Vodafone Bug Bounty Challenge. I'm going to talk about our Bug Bounty program. Hopefully by the end of this, you will know about our Bug Bounty program, what is actually a bug bounty. And hopefully, if you are interested in cybersecurity, it's something that you will be joining. If not, it's something that you will be telling to a friend, a colleague, that this is something that they should be joining, as it is something very, very, very unique. So, to start, this is a phrase have been said by the Minister of Defense in USA. He's handling cybersecurity, and he said this: in today's digital age, the importance of cybersecurity cannot be overstated. As cyber threats evolve, so must our defenses. This phrase hits hard in many, many organizations. Overwhelming majority of the time, cyber defense have been idle, have been behind, and attackers have been on top of the game. Cyber defense have been somewhat lazy, waiting for attackers to attack for them to do an action. In Vodafone Oman, we changed this approach, right? We are pioneering being proactive. Proactive. No, we're not waiting for someone to attack us. No, we're coming with a new strategy move. You will come to see how, from financial perspective, from a security posture, it changes the whole entire game when it comes to cybersecurity. So, moving ahead, what is a bug bounty, right? Think of it as a treasure hunt. In a normal treasure hunt, you grab a shovel, go to an island, go somewhere, dig deep, you will find a chest with gold. In bug bounty, it's very similar. But rather than finding gold immediately, you find bugs. You grab a shovel, go to a web application, and dig deep. You will find bugs, which basically are vulnerabilities, exploits, weaknesses within cyber defense, within our infrastructure, things that are so minor or so big, right? It depends on the severity. And based on these findings, you're going to be rewarded financially, right? This is why it is attractive. You get money for reporting things. You get money for reporting a vulnerability, a bug. As silly as it sounds, even for something so small, you can gain some financial gains from it, right? So this is basically a bug bounty program. Maybe a question for those who are in cybersecurity from here will be, well, how does it differ from a normal cybersecurity assessment? Well, it is a bit different. A normal cybersecurity assessment, it's contained within a time frame. You're dealing with a single individual. It's a contractual agreement between us as an entity, as an organization, and a different organization, or an individual. But when it comes to the bug bounty, it's open. It's literally a treasure hunt for all. If you can do it, feel free, access, find a bug, gain some money from it, right? So this is a big differentiator when it comes. In the next slide, basically discussing the benefits of bug bounty program. It's not just the benefit, but also how it compares to a normal traditional security assessment approach, right? So first thing is the continuous evaluation. When we have our bug bounty program in Vodafone, it's not something that runs for 1 minute and stops, or 1 day and stops. Me, as I'm here presenting to you this, there are over 3,000 individuals at this particular moment trying to find bugs within Vodafone. Weaknesses, exploits, and vulnerabilities. Ethical hackers working 24/7, around the clock, around the globe, different level of expertise, and it's something unparalleled. You cannot compare it to a security assessment. As I said, in a normal security assessment, it's time confined. It's 1 week, 2 weeks. Ideally, it's anything from 3 to 6. That's if it reaches 6 weeks, right? So it has a very defined time scope when it's come to the testing. In bug bounty, it's endless. As long as keep running the program, 1 year, 2, 10, 30, 50, or 100 years, this will keep on going. Again, it's a flexible engagement. I touched on this with the previous point. Like a normal security assessment, With this one, it's not defined by a scope. In a normal security assessment, the typically traditional approach, they will define or give an organization or a tester team 2 or 3 assets, test this website, test this mobile application only, and you have 3 weeks to do it. The way that we do it in our bug bounty program, we are giving you our real environment, all what is accessible outside, within our scope that is defined, and feel free. Test whatever, do whatever. As long as it is within the scope, we're completely okay with it. So it is very flexible engagement. It has no time limit, no limit to the assets, no limit to what you can test. As I said, as long as it's within the scope of ethical hacking, the scope of our program, literally feel free to do as you want. Diverse expertise. In Vodafone Oman, we have something very unique. Very, very unique when it comes to our bug bounty program. Overwhelming majority of the organizations in Oman, that's if have they ever done a pen testing or a security assessment engagement, they would have done 1 to 3 maximum period. I'm talking about a mature organization that might do 1 security assessment per quarter, and it's not covering even the full infrastructure. It will be a single application per quarter, right? Us in Vodafone, we have students, we have security researchers from Oman, globally. We have literally professionals from academia. I'm talking lecturers, professors in cybersecurity who have joined our bug bounty program. And we have those who gain more than 4 million a year. Literally bug bounty hunters. Very well known, many articles written about them, and we have managed to attract them and bring them to our program. They earn over 4 million a year from different bug bounty hunting programs, and we have them in ours. Typically, this will cost tens of thousands to grab this amount of, not even the full 3,000. I'm going to talk about you having 3 of them. It's already going to cost you over 10,000 Omani riyals just simply for 1 to 2 weeks to have this in your program. With us, we have them. We don't pay them unless they find something. Find something, I will pay you. This is the power of the bug bounty program and the diverse expertise that we have. A fourth point is, it is cost effective. Well, truly it depends for how cost effective this approach is, right? It's a game of cat and mouse, right? When it comes to how cost effective it is, it's cost effective if I am being proactive. I am hunting bugs as much as they're hunting. I'm trying to secure our environment before they even find something. I make it extremely difficult for a bug bounty hunter to find a bug. This is literally my job, right? Because the more they report, the more money I lose. I don't want to lose money. I don't want Vodafone to lose money, right? So it's in my benefit to secure our environment. So it's literally a game of a cat and mouse. They try to find something, I try to mitigate it. We try to so it forces us basically to being very, very proactive. And by the end of it, it's very, very, very cost effective. If you're going to manage to bring over 3,000 individuals, have this engagement run for 1 year, you will be losing more than 100,000 OMR easily to run such an engagement. And for us, it doesn't even reach this cost at all. Because as I said, we only pay you if you manage to find something. If you don't find anything, I don't pay you. So it is indeed very, very cost effective if you know how to manage it. The main point that why, the benefits of this, it's the community engagement. As I said, we have a lot of students of academia in Oman. Students that they have recently joined cybersecurity, students that have shifted from one major to another. They were attracted to cybersecurity and they want to see how real environment looks like. It's really us leaving an impact in Oman, an impact on society. Basically, the cybersecurity professionals, those with the plan to be a professional perhaps in a few years once they graduate. Also, we are supporting also the current workforce of cybersecurity in Oman. We also have those who are working at the moment in different organizations in cybersecurity roles who have joined in our bug bounty program. You see, it's an extra, at the end of the day, it's an extra money on the side if you manage to find something. And also have its more benefit that I'm going to tackle on later on, how it's literally very beneficial to someone who will join our bug bounty program. So now I told you how it's beneficial for us, how it compares to cybersecurity. But for you, for someone who's going to join our program, why is it beneficial? First point is money, as simple as this. You find something, I will reward you. You're not doing it for free. I'm paying basically for your time. If you manage to find the vulnerability, the bigger it is, the more complex it is, the more impact it has, the more money I'm going to pay you, right? So it's very, very lucrative when it comes to this. You're literally not wasting your time. The two other points, they're joined together a bit, right? It's the professional growth and learning and the real world experience. Again, our bug bounty program is uncomparable to literally to anything. We are the first to have done it in Oman, first in the GCC, the first in the Middle East. We have something very unique. We are giving you an opportunity to sharpen your skills, to test your knowledge, to transfer the text that you have learned from your studies in university and your technology institutes, and transfer that theoretical knowledge into real world scenario. What you will be testing against, it's a real hardened, tough environment. It's not something that you see in labs. I'm not giving you a lab environment. It's not a duplicate of a real environment. It is literally what the public-facing application that we have. You're testing the real environment, real time, so it gives you literal knowledge in how a real environment looks like. Many graduate, many enters the workforce without even having a single idea how a secure environment really looks like. Once you enter, once you test, you will see how tough it is. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it is easy. It's not. It is tough. It is hard. And this is the real life scenario. This is the real world that we're talking about. At the end of the day, if you manage to find a bug, trust me, it is better than any single lab that you have joined, better than any course that you have joined. Your skill alone from finding that bug, it's a major leap in your progression of your skills, right? So it's very, very beneficial to you. So this is something that I'm going to highlight before jumping into other topics. I spoke about the benefits, how it benefits us, how it benefits you as a participant, but this is a literal success story. This is something very, very unique. It's going to demonstrate how a bug bounty program has a power that is unparalleled, uncomparable to a normal security assessment, right? So we have a researcher some time ago. He's an ethical hacker in our program. He reported a bug. I'm not going to dive into the technicality of it because it is a very technical vulnerability. It's called log4j, related to Java, Jindy libraries, and it is basically a vulnerability that was reported by a researcher in our web application, right? He did some assessment, he identified that there is a weakness, and he generated a report, and he shared with us a report. These are two scenarios before I jump into the details. How the one in the green, how a normal, this is a very high level, very, very high level, how a normal flow will work. You have an ethical hacker who tried to send a malicious payload, right? Then we have the event getting blocked by WAF. Hopefully it will be blocked. Then we have our SIM, basically our monitoring solution. What SIM will do, usually, once an event is blocked, the WAF, the web application firewall, is going to send this event to the SIM, storing it in there. So us in the future, on real time, it can generate an alert, well, someone is trying to do something bad, or someone is trying to do something which is normal. It really depends on the scenario and the use cases that we have. And this is the normal path. This is what it should be, right? It should go, being stored, and this is the end of the day. Until I retrieve these logs, there is nothing further that is needed, right? What happened is the second scenario. So we have an ethical hacker who sent an attack payload. This attack payload is targeting log4j vulnerabilities, Jandy vulnerabilities. The event was blocked by WAF. And he reported that this attack was successful. So the biggest question mark that we have ever faced, how something that was blocked was successful from his end. We have multiple security assessments. If this was there, this would have definitely been reported. We have external scanning tools, so if there is a vulnerability, we would know about it. So how come he knew about this? No one else, not any other tool but him. So took us a lot of research. We had to literally do a lot of research to understand how is this even possible. The idea from his attack, once he sent this malicious payload, usually if it is successful, the other endpoint, the internal application, is going to respond to the attacker. This is me. The malicious payload that he sent is just requesting the endpoint or the internal asset to return back what's the name of the host. So he should be receiving, if it was successful, I am Vodafone internal website or something like this, whatever the name of the internal asset should be, which should never, ever happen. But for him, it did. And the biggest and the weirdest thing about this whole entire thing, that the API that he was targeting did not reply. It's actually a completely different asset that he didn't even target at all. So how is this even possible? So we have discovered that we have in our SIM monitoring tool, Kibana, Elasticsearch, it's literally vulnerable to this. But it was vulnerable very long time ago. And it was addressed by Kibana. We have it patched, we have it upgraded. When I tell you the stars need to align for this attack to work, literally all the stars must align for this attack to work. It took him over 150 attempts. I personally have to do over 100 to manage to get one successful request answer back from that internal asset. The internal asset that replied was our SIM. The system that is managed, that should be aiding cybersecurity, the tool that should be used to monitoring logs, view the events, literally is the one that replied back to the attacker. During the storing and the processing, thinking that it is a zero-day vulnerability. Actually, it is not. It's a vulnerability that was known by Elastic, known by ELK. They have patched it, but it is so rare for it to happen that they have literally decided to ignore it. Because as I said, the stars literally need to align. There are many things that need to happen for this to work. And unfortunately, under this case, it managed to work. He received an answer. So this attack is valid. He discovered the vulnerability. You will go, what is the impact? Now he's asking for a host name. He can send another command to that host telling him to do something on his behalf. Do scanning, do more things. He's going to use it as a pivot point inside our environment. Now he is going to have an inside foothold inside our environment, right? So this is the major impact. Now we had multiple assessments done in our web application. No one have ever done this. No one have ever reported this. We have multiple tools that do scanning, but no one have ever was able to detect this. Now this is the power of bug bounty program. When I tell you that we have over 3,000 individuals doing this scanning 24/7, this is the power. You're going to find something so niche, so unique, no one else will be able to discover but them. So this is the true power of bug bounty program. And he was rewarded too. So it's a big win for him. So moving ahead, how can you prepare for this challenge? Now we shout out a challenge. Here you go. We have our bug bounty challenge. But you as individuals in cybersecurity or interested in cybersecurity, or you know of someone in cybersecurity, how would you prepare for this, right? We have a QR code at the end of this, but there is Vodafone Bug Bounty Program web page in our website. It's called Report the Bug. You're going to find everything, the scope of the program, what you need to do, the guidelines, how to register. The whole entire steps are in detail in our website. The next phase, what you need to do after, again, making sure that you have read the scope, read the guidelines, create an account. There is a platform called HackerOne, which is used by bug bounty programs. All what you need to do, it's going to take you less than 5 minutes. Go there, create an account, send us your detail, your name, date of birth, your HackerOne user ID, and send it to security@vodafone.om. This is literally all what you need to do. And then you're going to receive an invitation to our program, and you will be inside our bug bounty program. Then it's up to you. Now you need to find vulnerabilities. Now you need to start digging deep, shoveling in our web application, testing our APIs, looking for weaknesses, vulnerabilities within our report should look like for you, for us. Then you move to a submission process. All the details that you have found from the vulnerability, the exploit that you have detected, compile them into a report. We are not asking you to create a 30 pages report or 20 pages. All what it needs to demonstrate are a few aspects. the proof of concept, what is the CVE, what is the vulnerability found, some brief description about it, and steps to reproduce it. How can it reproduce? If I want to test your attack, how can I test it? Or someone else, how can they test your attack? And what is the impact of your attack? It's a few key points that you need to mention. And as a cherry in top, you can add pictures, you can add video, which will help a lot, will make your report of a higher quality. Again, there are rewards and there are also bonuses for good reward, that can be rewarded for good reports. And if your report was valid, and it is within the scope, and it is have been tested, confirmed, and it has an impact, and you have made all the checklists, then you will be rewarded. Money will be sent to your account. That's a big win. You got money. I found a vulnerability within my environment. You found nothing, you will get zero reward, even if you spend 20 hours, right? You will gain skill though. That's one thing that you will gain for sure. So, this is an example of a rewarded report, right? Ah. So, if you see these pictures on the right side, this is if I'm going to include the whole entire report, it's going to take multiple slides to include it. But this is just a brief overview of what this is actually related to the log4j, which was I showcased just a few slides ago. He provided very simple description at the beginning, steps to reproduce it, the BOC, 2 screenshots, and a video. This is all what he have provided. And a few other information, extra pictures, extra videos, and it was of really, really good quality. It was clear, detailed. He provided a proof of concept. He provided the steps to reproduce it. And most importantly, important thing, he was able to provide that there is an impact. Not all vulnerabilities will be recognized. If you're not able to prove that there is an impact, you will not be rewarded. You must be able to prove that there is an impact, that whatever you found can be used by an unethical hacker, by a malicious attacker, to do something malicious in our environment. Then this is an extra bonus. Again, if you want to add them, suggestion for mitigation. If you know, if you don't, that's okay. You're not required to do this. And attach relevant screenshots and videos. Again, this makes the whole entire process easier, more professional in your report, and it's actually the same thing that you will be doing if you are into red teaming. Once you have a bin testing engagement, it's the similar type of things that we need to report and provide. It's just downscaled for our bug bounty program. So this is an example of a rejected report. This is a beginner report by someone who's a beginner in cybersecurity. Everything is there. You're going to tell me step to reproduce it there. Was there a brief description? Yes. Did he provide information about it? Yes. Everything he did. But there was no impact. Actually, he made a very, very small mistake. He used the Nmap to scan something, and he was able to find that there is a bug. But not a bug, but there is an open port. But it was a false positive. It's something that would have taken him 5 minutes before writing this whole entire thing, to do some extra verification. And then he will need to prove an impact. Just because you found a port that is open, you cannot tell me that it is a vulnerability. You need to prove that this can be used by someone to basically have an attack vector, something that can land him in our environment, or it's going to lead to exposure of information. Something will be exposed from this attack that shouldn't be exposed. He said that there is an FTP server, there is none. And although he provided everything, his report was rejected. He didn't provide an impact. He was not able to prove a BOC, a proof of concept for his attack. So there was no attack vector, there was no attack impact. So there was nothing to be rewarded. You just told me that you found an open port. Thank you, but what next? You need to do a bit of digging deeper and see, is this first of all a false positive or is something true? True positive. And also, can you use it to create an attack or no? If it's a no, then it's not beneficial for me or you. You just wasted your time doing a scan, and you literally, this is one of the things that you truly should avoid. In our bug bounty program is doing the Nmap scanning. If there was something to be reported, it would have been reported by the previous 3,000 guys who have done this scan before you. So it's a complete waste of your time. It needs to be more focused, focus in the particular application. Be smart in how you do your footprinting and identifying and doing your scanning, right? So this is something that such type of reporting you truly should try to avoid. If it has no impact and you cannot prove it, then don't waste your time with it. But feel free to report. At the end of the day, we do give feedback, we do give information, especially for students. It's truly worth it. It's going to sharpen your skill. So resources for bug bounty hunters. Now you're interested. What can you use? Right? What platforms can you use to learn, gain some information? So we have our HackerOne platform. The beauty of this platform is so they have multiple deals with different entities. I'm talking Spotify, Facebook, Amazon, AWS, Apple, PayPal, central banks around the globe. They have multiple deals. Whenever a bug is reported to these platforms, after a while, it will be publicly disclosed. So it will be publicly available. You can go and check what is a good report looks like, how someone found a bug in a central bank, in AWS, in Apple, in an iOS device. This type of reports will be fully visible once you visit this platform. And it's identifying vulnerabilities in web application. If you haven't seen it, I highly, highly recommend. Spend a few days, visit it, learn, and if you want, once you finish the course, they have an exam that you can do. You will be certified, I think, in 2 different domains they have. And the course is very good. Again, it's very friendly for beginners, and it's made with the point of helping basically beginners in cybersecurity or bug bounty to learn about detecting vulnerabilities in web application. You have BugCrowd with university, which is similar to Hack. Have a lot of things. And these communities, you truly, as someone who is in bug bounty hunting, you should really, really be involved in. The amount of tips that these individuals share. You will be interacting with individuals, as I said, earn millions. This is their livelihood. They have no job. They don't go attend any organization. This is their sole job. This is their money earning job. They just find bugs and report them. And they earn millions, right? So it's really good place to interact with these individuals. You have Hack the Box platform. It's the most known, most used. I highly recommend it. They have the academy and they have the labs. Both of them are valuable. Both of them are excellent. They have challenges that are really tough, labs that are also very, very tough, very identical to what a real environment would look like. So I highly recommend giving it a visit. You have Coursera and Udemy. Some of their courses are free. Some of them are for $2 to $3. And over majority of their courses is readily available on YouTube. They by themselves actually publish it from time to time. So it's really, really worth it to visit Coursera and Udemy, especially Udemy. Then you have TryHackMe. TryHackMe, similar to Hack the Box, they have different courses, different domains in cybersecurity, from defense to basically penetration testing, security assessment, monitoring, and so on and so forth. Right? So you're gonna find everything in there. So I highly, highly recommend you, especially if someone who's studying in cybersecurity, visit this platform, see how the real works really is, especially when it comes to BugCrowd and HackerOne, right? Go see how real reporting is done, how real bugs are found, beyond what's the typical you're going to see in the textbooks, beyond what you're going to see in YouTube videos. I highly, highly recommend visiting this. So we have reached the end. If you have any questions, anything that you want, any clarification on any of the points that I have mentioned, please feel free. All good? Then I have nothing else but please scan this code, join our bug bounty program, share it with your friends, your colleagues, brother, sister. If they're into cybersecurity, I highly, highly, highly recommend that they join, you join. It will truly sharpen your skill. You will get an exposure and see what a real environment looks like. And who knows, you might find something no one was able to find. And by the end of the day, if you was able to find something, you will be rewarded. And again, it's not for free. So if you manage to find something, you will be rewarded. Then you can scan this for if you want to attend the other sessions, provide feedback. Feel free to scan this code. A business section such as what? Taswir? At the moment, no. You mean for presentations? We will have to check the calendar, but you can ask them there. They will be able to provide you with the calendar for the day. Yes, but we do have, I believe so. Anything else? Thank you. Then thank you. Thank you very much all. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.